everyone, hope you are well. Today's video is going to be 20 things that I have learned. Now, I don't know when this is going to go up because I'm pre-filming. On the 11th of August I turned 20 and when I turned 18 I did the 18 things that I've learned, or whatever one you want to use. Here is 20 things that I have learned so far, because you can never do enough learning. I know I don't look 20, but I am. Deal with it. The first one that I've learned this year, or just in general, is to not take small things for granted. Now, obviously, I don't take like my mum, my dad for granted, but I mean like the really small things in life, like just the fact that I can just scratch my head like I just did now, and the fact that I can have a bath by myself, that I can shower by myself, and I can brush my own teeth, and I can, you know, I can function like an able-bodied person can do. Whereas there's some people in this world that can't do everything themselves. I realised this because part of my college course, which I have finished now, I had to do 200 placements each year, so in total I did roughly 400, and going there has made me open up into the little things that you don't take for granted, because I had to brush their teeth, I had to feed them, they couldn't do stuff themselves, like they couldn't even give themselves a little bit of an itch or a little bit of hand massage when they're rubbing cream in. Everything had to be done for them, and it's that made me realise that that shouldn't be taken for granted, even though everybody does it. It's such a small thing that you don't think about when you're brushing your teeth, like, oh yeah, I'm so lucky that I can brush my own teeth. The second one is you gain more being out of your comfort zone. This is probably one of the hardest things that I've learned, because I like my creature comforts and my little comfort blanket. I like to be at home, I like to be with my family, but if I do that, I'm never going to learn anything, I'm never going to experience anything. Number 3 is some things are trial and error, and I mean this in the sense that some things you just give a go at and it might not work. You might have to tweak them and do something else, and that is what I've learned, and it's not a big deal if something goes to shit. Number 4 is don't put so much pressure on myself. I was putting pressure on myself to do videos because I think I wrote this point like last year for the 19 one, and it's because I was putting pressure on myself to do 2 videos a week. It's funny now because I'm doing 3, but now I'm in a different place where I can do 3, whereas before I had college still. It was all getting a bit much, because at the end of the day I don't get paid to do YouTube. This is just for fun, and I put so much pressure on myself that it wasn't fun anymore, hence why I didn't do that many videos in 2017 as I did in 2016, and it's because I put so much pressure on myself that I didn't want to film, I didn't want to edit, I didn't want to do YouTube. Whereas now my mindset's completely different. Number 5 is liking wrestling isn't a bad thing. Like, I used to be one of those closet fans, like I didn't admit that I like wrestling just because a lot of people are like, oh, you like wrestling, but now I don't even care. Like, I'm 20 and I've got Finn Balor, Chris Jericho, Undertaker and AJ Styles on my little wall underneath my windowsill. Do I care? No. It makes me happy, so I'm going to do what I do. I enjoy wrestling. You might be a bit confused why this is suddenly in the video. The reason why I'm doing this is because I was re-watching the video and editing it and all that malarkey, and I realised that I forgot a number. I went straight from 5 to 7, so I thought I'd just put that in here now, because otherwise it won't be 20 things, it'd be 19 things. Number 6 was it doesn't matter if you're behind. People my age, like from school and stuff, have finished college and have progressed to uni or whatever they're doing, and yet I've not even reached that stage. I went through a stage where I was really down about it, and I felt so left behind and such a failure because I wasn't at the stage that everyone else was. But in a way, now looking back, I prefer it, because I am much more ready now to go to uni and move away, even though I'm shit scared, but I am much more ready, and I think I'll be more mature enough and I'll be able to handle it more than what I would when I was 18. I'll let you get back to the actual video now and away from this horrible angle. Number 7 is cherish the present in terms of pets, because if you don't know, I lost my little puddy cat, my little Tiddles, my black and white cat. I'll insert a picture now, this year, earlier in March. And ever since then I've made sure that I give my dog lots and lots of cuddles, especially since I could potentially moving away, so I won't see her as much, and that's going to kill me. I'm going to have withdrawal symptoms. Number 8 is money isn't everything. Now this is one of the vital things that I learned quite a while ago now. One Christmas we had a bit of a financial situation. It was a really hard time. That lesson will always stay with me. Number 9 is anxiety doesn't rule me, and this is one of the biggest things because for so long I have struggled with anxiety issues. I'm debating whether to do a video on it. I'm just a bit scared. Number 10 is growth and change can be healthy. Now I used to be so scared of change. I used to hate things changing, but sometimes it can be healthy and for the better. Like even I used to hate it in terms of friendships as well. I used to want to keep all my friendship groups the same, but sometimes it's like that can become really toxic and not good for you really, because then they could be bad people, bad friends. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've learned, is not to be afraid of growth and change, because they're change and growing as a person is what helps you make who you are and you a better person sometimes. Speaking of friends, the next thing I learned, that growing apart from friends is not always like the friendship is ending. Sometimes it's just because life gets in the way. Number 12 is to stop comparing myself. I used to do this all the time. I don't do it so much now, but I used to compare myself to other people in terms of where I am in my life. Like I'd look at other 20-year-olds, like Tana for instance. I'd look at her and think she's the same age as me, she looks so much older than me, and she's doing stuff that I'm not able to do because she's got so much more money and so much more status than me. And I always used to do that, and I used to do it with looks as well. Like I used to go, oh, they're so much thinner than me, their hair is nicer than mine, you know, all that bullshit. And I've learned to stop doing that, because it's not going to change my appearance, is it? By wishing I looked a little bit older, it's not going to change my appearance. I'm still going to be baby-faced. Might as well frigging own it whilst I've got it, because who knows, I could become a crinkled gut chip by the time I'm 30. Number 13, you get a lot out of volunteering, and as I mentioned before, volunteering has helped me in terms of confidence, in terms of a purpose. I completely adored it, and I recommend to anyone that you volunteer, whether, and that's anywhere. You can volunteer at Mind, you can do so much different volunteering, you can volunteer at a food bank, but you do get a lot out of it. It wises you up, you learn things that you never would have learned if you didn't volunteer, and it also makes you look good on your CV. My camera cut out on me, it needed more charge, so I just had to charge the battery for a while. I'm sorry if I look a bit, you know, different and the position's different. Number 14 is if I want something, I have to put the effort in. I discovered this when I was at college in the first year. I just kind of dove through it. I completed it, but then when it came to the exam, I didn't do that much revision on it. But I passed the exam, but I could have got a better grade. Whereas this year I actually attempted to do a bit of revision. It helped me learn that I need to get a bit of a grip, because it's not like high school anymore, like secondary school, because secondary school I just like, I did my GCSEs, and they're not the best grades, but I passed them. That's the mentality that I had. But when it comes to getting into uni, it's a lot different. Number 15 is I can actually be quite opinionated at times. Like I didn't know this at all until like a couple of months ago. Most things I'm open-minded on, but certain topics I think my opinion is the right opinion, and that's what I need to work on, because it can be really annoying in terms of certain topics. Like I just will not let it go. Like I have to have the last word until they say you're right. Number 16 is do videos that I want to do, because then viewers and subscribers can tell that I'm enjoying it. Number 17 is parents aren't always right. Sometimes they are right, but I mean this in the sense you don't always have to agree with them, because at the end of the day, my mum's got a different viewpoint, my dad's got a different viewpoint, and I've got a different viewpoint. We're never going to agree on absolutely everything. Most things I do just because they raised me, but it's like, it's a different lifetime, like a different generation. My generation is completely different to what they were when they were my age, when they were 20. Number 18, it's a big one, is healthy doesn't mean being a size 18 or a size 10 or whatever. It don't mean being a small 10, small size, that's what I mean. It don't mean being a small size. Healthy just means regular exercise, eating well, that's it. Some body shapes are not meant to be a size 8 or meant to be a size 10 because of the bone structure, the way they're developed. Like, some people have wider hips, some people have small hips. Number 19 is self-pity. I have gone through phases in my life where I felt really all about me, and sometimes it's alright to be selfish about yourself, like sometimes you need it. Everyone does it, everyone goes through stages in their lives and they spend days feeling down about it rather than just getting up and getting on with things. They wallow in self-pity. Like I said in that no filter video that I did, is that sometimes you can't mope around forever. You've just got to get on with it, and that's one of the biggest lessons that I've ever had to learn, I should say. Because when you feel down, all you want to do is just be lazy. I mean, I'm lazy anyway, but you want to be even more lazy. Number 20 is doing stuff independently. I will admit that I am not the most independent of people, but I am making such a giant leap because I am thinking of going uni. I've applied to uni, I've applied for accommodation. I'm hopefully going to be going to uni in the September. And originally, this is like September last year, my friend Amy was going to be coming with me, and I was like dead happy about it. I've applied to a Huddersfield, got the accommodation sorted and everything, but yeah, we went to the open day together and I got so excited because I thought, this is going to be easy. Like, I'm going to move away, I'm going to have my best friend with me. Like, not everyone has a friend that they're really close to moving in with them, do they? Or moving near them at least, and doing uni with them. I mean, I liked Huddersfield anyway, but to me it was like the added bonus, and it made me feel safe and secure because I had a friend coming with me. But as the year went through, my friend Amy decided that uni might not be for her now. Like, she wants to travel, she wants to self-discover. And I know if she's watching this, I don't want you to feel guilty, by the way. And when she told me, I was just like, oh fuck. I was just, I felt so bad and horrible and like as though you ripped an ice cream from a 6-year-old. But I'm still going ahead with it. I'm gonna be moving by myself, I'm gonna have to make friends, I'm gonna have to do it all by myself, and that's what I'm gonna be learning. I mean, I've not learned it yet, but I've learned to get over the fact that my friends are not going to be there and I'm going to have to be independent, and that's why I put it as my 20th one, just because it's going to be a big massive change. And I'll probably do, I might do uni vlogs if I get in, that is. Moving in vlogs and what have you, because I'm going to have my own little mini dormitory like room thing with a ensuite. That is 20 things that I have learned over the 2 years, I should say, because I didn't do one last year. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you felt the wisdom coming out. And thank you so much for watching, and you shall see me in the next video. Goodbye.